Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the news first, where the people come first. I'm Martin Satya Nason. Let's start off with a look at your headlines for this afternoon. Railway engine drivers continue strike. Railway operations disrupted. Satyagraha opposite the Health Ministry, demanding the resignation of Health Minister and Health Secretary. President leaves country for official visit to Cuba and USA. Acting ministers appointed. More than 5,000 presumed dead in Libya after catastrophic flooding breaks dams and sweeps away homes. Sri Lanka to take on Pakistan tomorrow. Who will face India in the Asia Cup final? On to those stories in detail. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe left for Cuba and the United States of America to attend the Group of 77 summit in Havana and the United Nations General Assembly in New York.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe received an official invitation to participate in the summit of the Group of 77 plus China from Cuban President, the current chair of the summit, and will also attend the 78th session of the General Assembly in New York. The President's Media Division said President Wickremesinghe has appointed several acting ministers to oversee the ministries under his purview during his overseas engagement. State Minister Kanaka Herath appointed as Acting Minister of Technology and Investment Promotion. State Minister Anupa Pasquale appointed as Acting Minister of Women, Children and Social Service. State Minister Ranjit Siembalapitiya appointed as Acting Minister of Finance. State Minister Pramita Bandara Thenakun appointed as Acting Minister of Defence.
The Locomotive Operating Engineers Association said the ongoing strike will continue until their demands are met. Electric power set drivers of Sri Lanka Railways launched a strike, citing issues in the recruitment and retirement processes.
Sri Lanka Railways said the strike by railway drivers inconvenienced passengers and resulted in the cancellation of 20 train journeys. Sri Lanka Army was deployed on 32 railway stations after railway services were declared unessential. Army spokesperson Brigadier Ravi Herath noted the measure was taken for the safety of railway workers and the commuters. The railway control room noted 12 trains along the coastal line, 15 trains along the main line, 4 trains along the Kalani Valley line and 4 trains on the Chilau line operated despite the strike. Commuters who arrived at the Fort railway station experienced severe inconveniences due to the delay in train operations. News First correspondents noted many trains passing the Ragama railway stations was cancelled. Seven trains scheduled from Panadura to Maradana were cancelled. News First correspondents noted many commuters were seen at the Gaur railway station awaiting to travel by train.
The Locomotive Operating Engineers Association notes the authorities must provide solutions to their issues.
We hope for the intervention of a faction that can provide a reasonable solution to us. The authorities must take necessary measures to provide a proper salary scale and also introduce a proper system to fill the vacancies. If not, the service will become dysfunctional in the future. That is why we urge the minister to intervene and solve the issue. Train journeys are being cancelled. Passengers are also being inconvenienced.
The committee appointed to look into the recruitment for government vacancies will meet at 4 p.m. at the Prime Minister's office to discuss matters pertaining to recruitment and retirement processes of Sri Lanka Railways and the issues that led to the strike. The members of the Railway Drivers Association are also requested to attend the meeting.
A satyagraha took place opposite the Health Ministry, demanding Health Minister and other officials step down immediately.
The Satyagraha campaign was organized by the Trade Union Collective as well as the Citizens Movement Against Fraud, Corruption and Waste. They said that the campaign will not be abandoned until the health officials take necessary measures to address issues in the country's ailing health sector.
Anura Kumara Disanayake, the leader of the Jatika Jana Balawegaya, said, in the absence of a proper national production program, it would be impossible for the country to recover from the present crisis. The primary responsibility of any government is to strengthen the economy. President Ranil Wickremesinghe recently visited India and inked agreements. Why do we enter into such agreements? It is because our sovereignty and independence is no longer valid after the economy collapsed. It has been 14 months since he was made president. Yet, what did he do to recover the economy? He did nothing. But his associates say that foreign women can be employed. Is that a response for the economic revival? Is that the solution to create a more prosperous nation by 2048? Is he trying to get some money by selling the SLT? He will go to China and meet with the Chinese president. But is that an answer? We need to manage all the resources and venture into a new national production program. If not, we will never be able to recover.
Kumar Gunaratnam, the leader of the Frontline Socialist Party, said that all factions must unite against destructive program.
The Jatika Jana Balawegaya said the country is politically divided into two, namely those who support the Jatika Jana Balawegaya and those who are against it. We need to understand friends and foes clearly. We will have to place those who support the destructive program on one side, and they include Ranil Wickremesinghe, the Rajapaksa clan, and those who support Ranil Wickremesinghe, as well as those who remain silent over this. We urge them not to go to that camp, but to join us. That is the only justice that can be done. We urge them to join us, and we too are ready to make any sacrifice.
State Minister of Foreign Affairs Tharaka Balasurya said that it is the president who has a proper program to build the country.
ඉදිරි මැතිවරණයේදී අනිවාර්යයෙන් මේ ජනාධිපති මැතිවරණයක් තමයි මම දකින අතර මම දකින
The next election will be a presidential election. The SLPP, UNP, or SLFP faction, the party represented by Minister Jeevan Thondaman, and around 20 MPs from the SJB will join Ranil Wickremesinghe to elect him as the president. During the toughest times of this country, the presidency and premiership were not initially provided to Ranil Wickremesinghe. Sarath Fonseca and Sajith Premadasa was given the opportunity. All of them rejected the offer. Ranil Wickremesinghe was the one who accepted the challenge. It is a joke when you say the others can perform better than him.
මෙයාට වඩා හොඳට වැඩක් කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක විහිළුවක්.
A protest took place opposite the Moratuwa University against the proposed new selection process for the engineering programs offered by the university.
Moratuwa University students allege that the university is attempting to select students for specialization programs based on the advanced level Z score, disregarding the top scorers from the advanced level mathematics stream who are anticipating to apply to the university entrance.
We continued discussions with the university administration. However, they failed to keep their promises. This decision was taken when the student bodies were dissolved. Therefore, we took to the streets to reveal this injustice to the country. This negatively impacts the students who sit for the advanced level examination. We are seeking a discussion to solve this issue. If they do not listen to the students, who are they listening to? Whose agenda are they following? Do not toy with the future of the students.
The Inter-University Students' Federation says it will not allow the establishment of private universities.
වෛද්‍ය පීඨ 11න් වෛද්‍ය පීඨ 2ක මහාචාර්ය ඒකකයන් නැහැ.
2 out of the 11 medical faculties do not have a section for the professors. 50% of the work on the other medical faculties are yet to be completed. The shortage of professors at medical faculties is over 50%. During such period, the government wants to build private medical faculties in the country. A large number of doctors are leaving the country and we need more doctors. Therefore, the government wants to produce more doctors via these private medical faculties. The issue here is the exodus of doctors from Sri Lanka. We, the IUSF, will not allow for the establishment of private medical universities in the country.
පෞද්ගලික වෛද්‍ය විද්‍යාල පිහිටවන්න ශිෂ්‍ය ව්‍යාපාරයේ විදිහට අන්තර් විශ්වවිද්‍යාල ශිෂ්‍ය බල මණ්ඩලයේ විදිහට අපි කිසිසේත්ම අවස්ථාව දෙන්නේ නැහැ.
Ceylon Teachers Union convening a media briefing expressed the following views on the education reforms.
මේ විභාග සම්බන්ධයෙන් තීන්දුව ගන්න විභාග දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව. දැන් අපි දන්නවා පැහැදිලිවම 2020
The decisions pertaining to examination should be taken by the Department of Examination. In 2020 and 2021, due to COVID, the examinations were postponed. The government postponed the exams. They did not try to reduce the syllabus at that time and resolve the issue. What the government did was they delayed the examinations. Demands are being made at present by students as well. The government must provide a solution.
පැති කීපයක කතා කරනවා මේ සම්බන්ධ. ඒක නිසා මේ ළමයින්ගේ ඉල්ලීම් පිළිබඳ තමයි ආණ්ඩුව බලන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම ළමයින්ට විභාග තියන්නේ.
The Justice Minister, President's Counsel, Dr. Vijay Dasarajapaksa said that decisions on building private universities in Sri Lanka were taken after consulting all connected factions.
පෞද්ගලික විශ්වවිද්‍යාල
When we speak of private universities, we have local and international universities. No one can say that education is being sold. No such disastrous situation will arise. We invited all factions to the UGC, including the IUSF. We consulted everyone. The people must understand what is actually happening. Day 21 of the second leg of the LOLC Divisavya program got underway in the Jaffna district today.
The LOLC Divisavya program is taking place to support the Sri Lankan student population, and the second leg of the program aims to provide school books and stationery free for 1 year for government schools with less than 100 students. This worthy initiative is a collaboration between the LOLC group and the Ministry of Education. The LOLC Divisavya program distributed school books and stationery to students from the Kopai Mahavidyalaya, Kopai South Roman Catholic Mixed Vidyalaya, Kopai South Carnival Tamil Mixed Vidyalaya, Puttur Methodist Mission Tamil Vidyalaya, and Putakaladi Sri Vishnu Vidyalaya at the Jaffna Zonal Education Office. Parents of the students who benefit from the program said that the donations would enable their children to engage in their studies without any issues. The LOLC Divisavya program will continue to create a bright future for the country's student population.
Shifting your attention to international news, North Korea's Kim Jong-un has arrived in Russia in his heavily armored private train ahead of a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, a rare meeting between the two leaders.
The leaders of Russia and North Korea met at a remote Siberian rocket launch facility for a summit that underscores how the two leaders' interests are aligning in the face of their separate, intensifying confrontations with the United States. The meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin came hours after North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles toward the sea, extending a highly provocative run in North Korean weapons testing since the start of 2022, as Kim used the distraction caused by Putin's war on Ukraine to accelerate his weapons development.
Здравствуйте, привет. Как вы добрались? Меня смеха, чали сейчас смеха. Спасибо, что на свою занятость пригласили нас и тепло приняли.
И очень рад вас видеть. Тем более, что такие события вот были. 75 лет образования республики, 70-летие победы в Великой войне за освобождение, 75 лет восстановления дипотношений. У нас столько событий.
한건 75돌도 맞이하고 지금 저도 시간이 지나면 로즈 그 위협관계설 전 75돌 지금 맞이하게 됩니다. 아주 뜻깊은 사연입니다.
Я очень рад.
Спасибо большое.
Это наш новый космодром, который мы.
On Monday, a dark green train with yellow trim was spotted at the border where Russia, China and North Korea meet. Its distinctive coloring identified it as a one-of-a-kind vehicle that runs with one passenger in mind, the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. Kim emerged to the strains of a military band and stepped onto a red carpet in Kazan, the main rail gateway to Russia's far east, to meet a number of Russian officials before moving on. Kazan is a small settlement in Russia's far east and the tri-point where the borders for Russia, China and North Korea converge. Kim rarely leaves North Korea, and when he does, he rarely flies, preferring to take an armored train just like his father and grandfather did before him.
More than 5,000 people are presumed dead and 10,000 missing after heavy rains in northeastern Libya caused 2 dams to collapse, surging more water into already inundated areas.
Emergency workers uncovered more than 1,500 bodies in the wreckage of Libya's eastern city of Derna, and at least 5,300 people are thought dead. Of those who were killed, at least 145 were Egyptian. In the eastern city of Derna, which has seen the worst of the devastation, as many as 6,000 people remain missing. The startling death and devastation wreaked by Mediterranean storm Daniel pointed to the storm's intensity, but also the vulnerability of a nation torn apart by chaos for more than a decade. Outside help was only just starting to reach Derna on Tuesday, more than 36 hours after the disaster struck. The floods damaged or destroyed many access roads to the coastal city of some 89,000. More than 1,500 corpses were collected, and half of them had been buried. The destruction came to Derna and other parts of eastern Libya on Sunday night. As the storm pounded the coast, Derna residents said they heard loud explosions and realized the dams outside the city had collapsed. Flash floods were unleashed down Wadi Derna, a river running from the mountains through the city and into the sea.
India successfully defended 213 against Sri Lanka in a low-scoring thriller in Colombo to confirm their presence in the 2023 Asia Cup finals.
A terrific all-round bowling effort led by Kuldeep Yadav made up for an under-par outing with the bat as India ended Sri Lanka's 13-game winning streak in ODIs with a comprehensive 41-run win in a low-scoring thriller in Colombo. With the win, India became the first team to qualify for the Asia Cup 2023 final. However, Sri Lankan spinners ruled the game when India took to bat. Despite winning the toss and choosing to bat first, Indian openers were seen struggling ahead of the Sri Lankan pace attack. Sri Lankan spinners Dunith Wellalage and Charita Salanka picked all the 9 wickets, forcing the giant Indian batting order to collapse before 200 runs at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. The only players to have crossed the 30-run mark were Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan and KL Rahul. Chasing a target of 214, Sri Lanka lost 5 initial wickets to Indian pacers Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj. But later the trio of Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja and Hardik Pandya finished off the Sri Lanka innings, resulting in India's win by 41 runs. For Sri Lanka, apart from Dhananjay De Silva and Dunith Wellalage, no other batter could stand in front of Indian bowling attack.
වෙලාවම සිම්පල් ප්ලෑන් වල ඉන්නේ මගේ බේසික් එක මම ට්‍රස්ට් කරනවා. අපි මැච් 4ක් සෙල්ලම් කරා 4න් 3ක් දින්නා එකක් පෙරදුනා.
I had a simple plan. I trust the basics. We played 4 games and won 3. We have 1 more game. The other players support me as well. In addition, we have a good coaching staff. I trust the team. We will be able to minimize our mistakes in the next game. Pakistan and Sri Lanka are to face off in a must-win clash after India qualified for the Asia Cup finals.
Pakistan and Sri Lanka will face off in a makeshift Asia Cup semi-final tomorrow after India booked their spot in the tournament finale. Both nations are coming off impressive ODI form, with Sri Lanka registering 13 consecutive wins till the loss to India. Meanwhile, Pakistan has only lost 2 of their 11 most recent ODIs, including 4 consecutive wins over New Zealand. India, who will host next month's World Cup, toppled Sri Lanka by 41 runs in Colombo, ensuring they'll finish in top 2 of the Super 4 stage of the 50-over competition. The result sets up a must-win contest between Pakistan and Sri Lanka, with the winner qualifying for Sunday's final at the R. Premadasa Stadium. If the match ends as a washout, Sri Lanka will progress due to their superior net run rate. There is currently no reserve day. India has won the 50 over Asia Cup a record 7 times, while Sri Lanka and Pakistan have lifted the trophy 5 and 2 times respectively. Cricket fans in Sri Lanka can catch all the action on TV1, the official local broadcast rights holder for the 2023 Asia Cup, and also on www.sirisatv.lk.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. For details of these stories and much more, simply log on to our website, www.newsfirst.lk. For the News First, where the people come first, I'm Martin Satyanesan. You take care and good day.